All right, Orlando. We are back at Lake Underhill. Man, it's summertime. It's miserable. I say this every video, and it's true. It's miserable. The fishing sucks. It's really tough. And but last 2 times I've been here, I've caught a decent fish. I don't, I always bounce around to a bunch of different lakes and stuff, but we got some real overcast prefrontal conditions today. Storm's supposed to, it's supposed to be lightning and rain and all that stuff in a couple hours. So I figure, man, usually summertime, these little pockets of like prefrontal conditions or like after storms roll through and you get a lot of water, the lakes rise. Like there's summertime, like you get these little pockets of good windows of opportunity to fish where you'll get into some good feeding windows and stuff. And so I figured, given that we got a kind of cooler day, overcast, prefrontal, maybe, just maybe, these fish might be moving around and they might be chewing today. And this is a good spot because it's got a lot of fish in it. They're hard to catch. It's a highly pressured body of water, but it has some really nice fish in it. There are big fish here. So I just like my chances of coming to some place like this, having a shot at catching a decent one. And they're, a good fish, like 4+ pounds. They're harder to come by in the summer, So you got to pick and choose your battles. And whenever you feel like you have these good opportunities, you got to take full advantage of them. Now, that being said, normally I would commit and throw a bunch of bigger baits, but I kind of save that for when we get rising water and stuff. And we haven't had a lot of rain lately. So even though we have good conditions and stuff, I'm still gonna throw mostly finesse stuff. I'm going to very much finesse fish. Might throw like a smaller chatterbait or smaller lipless crank or something if I wanna like cover water with a moving bait. But for the most part, I'm gonna be pretty finessey, and I'm gonna lean heavily on my new favorite, the old strolling deal, the old hover mid-stroll, because God, it's just been so effective, and I don't have electronics. It's not like I have forward-facing sonar and I'm specifically tossing to actual individual fish. But in general, man, it's just such a great little finessey deal. You get it in their face, it stays in the strike zone for a long time, and because it's like such a finessey presentation, like I think they just see it. It's just there in their face and they have no choice but to eat it. That's my theory behind it. So in that vein, I'll probably be throwing that quite a bit, but we'll mess around, might have a free rig tied on, that kind of thing. But so we're gonna get out here and see what happens, see if my hunch is correct that today is a good day to be fishing. There we go, there we go. There we go, little baby bass. Little baby bass to kickstart our day. that's as small as they get, man. That's crazy. Got the old mid-stroll, baby. Hover stroll, mid-stroll. Kind of just along the edge. We kind of just popped over to this north end. And you can see basically all of this along the bridge and stuff was all hydrilla, but they sprayed it recently. You can see down, it's all pebble and rock and stuff, and there are still a ton of, we were here a few weeks ago and there were a ton of bluegill spawning. They're still everywhere. There we go, there's another one. We got a little wad right here. That feels a little better, a little bit better, just off this point, kind of. Again, a ton of bluegill spawning in this area, so there should be bass around. There we go, that's another little guy. Another little guy. All right, man. There we go, there's another one. There we go. Ooh, that feels a little better. Oh, there we go, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh God, there we go. There we go. There's one. There we go. Oh God, dude, there we go. That guy hammered it. Oh, oh God, there we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. Oh, dude. There it is. Aggressive little guy. Keep saying that feels a little better, and it's not that much better. Dang it. Swing this guy in here, guy. Mixing up our game a touch today. We got out deeper. We're kind of fishing over some dead hydrilla. You know, they sprayed this place recently, so we're picking up strands of it. But another little guy, man. I was hoping to get out deeper. Maybe we could target a fish that was actually over a pound a day. That might not be the case. I don't know. But mixing up our game. Drop this guy back in. We got the old, it's a little different deal than strolling. This is the BR fish head with the BR fish. I think Duo makes it, and it really glides side to side as you pop it. And it depends on how you rig it. I did a poor job. This is my first one. But flat side, if you go flat side down, then it has that side to side gliding, darting action. And if you flip it the other way, then it's more of like a strolling deal. Anyways, just kind of drift in the middle, man. Hoping to drop this deeper. It's a heavier head, so you know, you can tell I'm not fishing on Finesse gear. And we're just, man, just poking around. First time messing around with it. There you go. It works. Oh, dude. I thought I got a bite. Look at that ridiculous one. We caught a tiny one earlier, but this might be the smallest one today. It is entirely possible. Tough to say. There you go. Little BR fish doing work out here. There you go, buddy. Oh, that's a decent one. We finally did it. We got one bigger than a... We got one that might be bigger than a pound. Still out here just kind of drifting. Got a good bit of wind, so kind of a bunch of eelgrass where we're at. Just drifting, fan casting. If that, oh, look at that. We did it. That's the old 1 pounder, baby. That's got to be breaking the 1 pound mark. Look at that, right where you want it, man. BR fish right to the snout. Just jammed up in there. Oh, I fouled him. Come on now. That's why he felt so big. Dang it. I fouled him. Son of a... But, oh man, that was a decent one. He threw it. And you can see the rocks in front of us, so if we're going around this corner and along, just in another area where there's going to be a bunch of bluegill beds, so just kind of, we switch gears, we back to the old mid-stroll. We're just kind of mid-strolling along this area. Another dink, another little baby guy. All right, man, pretty typical summer day. You know, we got some numbers, which is always fun. I kind of, you know, that was pretty much my goal. I wanted to catch some fish. That's why we really went all finesse, and not disappointed in that respect. Just, it's summer. The bigger ones, they're out deeper. They're just hidden. You know, it's miserable out there. They're a lot harder to find and catch, and day in, day out, you're just not going to come across them as often as you would other times a year, man. But I definitely continued, you know, proving the efficacy of the strolling technique, and then also got to mess around with this guy, the old BR fish with the BR fish head, and very unique. It's got that side to side. It's really cool bait. First day throwing it, got to catch some fish on this, so that was cool, gaining some confidence. Just another finesse technique, but just a different look on, you know, some kind of strolling and such. So very cool bait, man.